Hello guys, I'm back from the National Championship and wanted to record a video series where I will talk about the National Championship 2015 in Germany, about the first day. This is this video over here, and the second video will be about the second day there, and I will also do a third video where I will talk about this tournament in general and the organization and the judges and the people who were there, and yeah, things like that. In this video I will start with talking about the team I played at the National Championship. Maybe some of you have thought about it already, that I played the Black Crow team, and it looked like that. Black Crow, Ferris, Ayan, Cannibal Jav, Puchan, and Kivin, and Coagulary. So I also set the team up already like I did in the Nationals most of the time. I varied from the setup only if I went second, and because my initiative was 31, I nearly never went second, only think 2 to 3 times in the tournament, so maybe 2 times. So I first will talk about the setup over here. The map you probably know. I modeled the map from the National Championship. These are the fog spaces over here, the white ones, and the rest I think should be visible. So my setup is like that, and the reason why it's like that I will show you by showing you the first turn and how I play it most of the time. So let's see. Cannibal Jav walks over here, pushes Core, then pushes Core again, and then pushes Ferris over here, and then Cannibal Jav walks over here. Then the Core is most of the time walking over here, collecting the first karma and walking over here. Then it's Puchan's turn. Puchan is walking over here, throws Ferris over there, and then it's Ferris' turn and he collects the karma, and then he walks either over here or over here, depending if the opponent can attack me on this space, or if he has some cross attack or something, because then I also put my core maybe over here, so it varies a little bit sometimes. So let's say I just put the Ferris over here. Ayan ports over here, collects the 2 karmas, and then walks over here. And Kevin most of the time collects this 1 karma and walks over here. So and then Black Crow walks over here before Kevin. Forgot Black Crow. So what you can see at the setup after the first turn, there are many different possibilities what I can do in the second turn. Why is that? So first of all, I can easily push my Black Crow 2 to 3 spaces over here. I can also push my Coagulary 2 to 3 spaces over here. What I can also do is push my Ferris over here and then P1 space near to the opponent. Other things I can do include pushing my Puchan. This is the most important move. And then walking with Puchan over here and throw either Ayan or Ferris over here on that space. And this is a pretty aggressive play. I did pretty often in the tournament because the damage output of Ayan is pretty high, and also I can maybe get an item like the Yob Style or Stasis Crystal or something like that in the second turn and buy it before Ayan, and then easily kill someone very fast because Ayan can reach many spaces over here up to this one. So the Puchan throw is quite strong here, and especially because of my setup, it's not many people didn't predict, I don't know really, that I can easily throw Ayan over here because Puchan is not in range to throwing Ayan. And not all people thought about the move that I can push my Puchan and then throw Ayan. So this is not that easy predictable, and also it's pretty hard to move such that I cannot have a good attack the second turn. So it was pretty important at the tournament that I was going first. So I decided to go for the 31 initiative. In the last second, a friend of mine told me that I should swap out my Morlaw for a Kevin because Kevin is pretty good on this map. And it was a good idea throughout the tournament, in my opinion, that I played Kevin. So That's what I wanted to tell you about the team. So let's say now we start with the matchups I had. The first round I played against the Steamy Wonder, Molor, Queen of the Tofus, Makumba, and Dark Vlad team. Just a team I didn't really know before. This team which is based on healing Makumba. Dark Vlad deals 2 damage to everyone and then heals himself back up on Makumba. She heals herself. And Steamy Wonder puts a tower to heal most of the other Crossmasters. The problem with this team against me is the Black Crow ability, the Black Laugh or something, which gives -1 AP to the whole team in his first turn. And also because I go first, he cannot put down the heal tower, and his laws have only 3 health when I go into my second turn. So this is quite a big problem for him because he kind of set up over here with his Dark Vlad. His queen started over here, I think Makumba over here or something like that. And no, Makumba started here. And then Dark Vlad attacked Makumba and healed himself back up, but the other Crossmasters couldn't get healed. And so he lost his small loss pretty fast and couldn't really get something going with his Tofus because I was too far away. And then I could take Makumba over here or something. It was a pretty fast game, so I think the matchup was pretty bad for him, so it couldn't do very much in the first place. So, and after I killed Makumba, the game was pretty much over because he lost 1 to 2 more lords in the Makumba, and they haven't lost anything up to that point. So this was my first match. Then I went to a 1-0 lead. My second match was against Ferris, Mike Locke, Fernsokem, Puchan, Core, Emma Sakura, and Lucky Luke, which was a pretty interesting team. Okay, so I'm just reading out of my notes I have written down over here, just so that you know if I maybe have a thinking pause, I'm reading over here. And this is a quite interesting team. This is like a swarm team with Emma Sakura instead of Black Crow or other Crossmasters. And I quite like it if I haven't seen it before, but it was a pretty amazing team. So let's see. My notes say that my Jan got killed pretty fast, and I really cannot remember that match very good, I have to say. It kind of was a long match, and he went pretty aggressive with Emma Sakura and his cores. And I think we traded some Crossmasters back and forth, some low-level Crossmasters. I'm not really sure about this match. What I know about it is that it went to time, and we lost maybe a couple of level 1 Crossmasters or something like that. My Black Crow was alive. I'm pretty sure his Emma was also alive in this match. I have not very clear notes about that one. I'm sorry. So, but it went to a draw, and we couldn't really win the game. So it was was my first draw. So I was 1-0-1 after that. So let's see what my third opponent played. My third opponent played Ferris, Mercator, Lou, Sremi, and Steamy Wonder. This is like a pretty basic Mercator team, and the setup was also like the usual setup with Mercator, I think, with Lou over here and the level 1s, I don't know where they were. So, and I chose to this. Did I lose my yarn here? Let me get back my yarn. Where is my yarn? Cannot see it. Where is a yarn? I'm a little bit blind. Here. Okay, perfect. So, here in this game, I started because Mercator has very low initiative, and I did the same setup as usual. I think I probably put, because he can push his Mercator and walk 3 spaces, probably put my yeah, put my Ferris over here, I think, because otherwise he could easily walk over here and attack my Ferris. 1, 2, 3. Then he has one range. Not sure what I did, but the basic move from him is he can push his Mercator over here and then buff him with Flu, and then he has 3 movement points and only 2 range because I debuff him with the Black Crow laugh again. So I kind of thought about that, and he ended his turn somewhere over here. I'm not sure. And my notes say that the turn after I could throw my Ayan such that I could attack his Lu pretty fast in the second turn. And with critical strike on Ayan, I was lucky to kill his Lu. Otherwise, I could have also attacked her with Black Crow, or maybe I did that also. So I traded the Lu, and I think I was also, yeah. And then he counter killed my Kevin, my Koa, and attacked also my Black Crow. I had to do like a weird cross setup where he could easily attack 3 of my Krosmasters somehow. It was pretty annoying. So he could kill a Kevin, a Koa, and deal some damage to my Black Crow. But the turn after, because Ayan was still there, I could kill his Remy with Ayan, and also put Ferris on his Mercator, so such that he cannot attack someone else easily. And up to that point, my Ayan I bought a +8 health item for Ayan pretty fast, I think in the second turn already, such that Ayan survives. And the turn after, I also bought the Fika style after Ayan got to 4 health somehow, because I think the turn after I attacked with Ayan, he first attacked Ayan, and then the turn after he killed my Krosmasters, because my Ayan had the Fika style on. So I got the order wrong at there. And the Fika style made Ayan survive 1 turn longer, such that, yeah, I could kill this Remy, and I also could heal him, Ayan, back after the turn after again to 4 health. And at that point, I could already kill all other Krosmasters of him. So he had only his Mercator against my Ayan with, I think, 8 health, Black Crow, Ferris and Puchan and Cannibal or something like that. Maybe I also lost Ferris up to that point. But he couldn't do much because he was not able to kill my Ayan that fast because she had 8 health and he had his button snap already used, so it was pretty hard for him to win. And then I rolled a double and bought the last GG or something. But I could have also killed Mercator at some point because I was way ahead and he had only the Mercator alive. So it was a pretty interesting match, I have to say. So this was the third match. Then I was 2-0-1, 2-0-1, yeah. So 2 wins and 1 draw. The fourth matchup was Lou, Kevin, Theo, and Duke Rex. This is a team that I expected and I talked about in the overview video, where I talked about the teams that were played in the Spanish national team. But he kind of set himself up a little bit awkward, like that or something like that. So such that I could easily, this was my setup again, I think, something like that, no, like that. So I could easily just in the second turn push my core over here and also push the Puchan over here, such that I could throw my Ayan and attack him with my Ayan and my Coagulary and surround him. And also think I made a Crow with my Black Crow or something on him, because I didn't want to use the other attack. I don't know. And I already dealt him 7 damage with all these 3 Krosmasters somehow. Maybe got a buff or something like that. So, and then I stood somewhere around here, I think. I think I just put the crown on Theo 1, 2, 3, 4. I think over here. The reason why, and what he decided to do, he buffed his Duke already, and I think he should have. His Kevin probably was over there at some point here, over here at that point, and I think, in my opinion, he should have ported his Duke Rex and his Tio somewhere around here, or maybe over here better. This is also 1, 2, 3, 4. And then attack my Black Crow twice, and then walk to my Black Crow and attack my Black Crow 3 times for 6, 7, 8 base damage. And maybe if he could give Duke Rex critical, he would be able to kill me or something like that. So that's why I wanted to go in first, because then I would have done something, and I could maybe even without Black Crow kill his Duke Rex afterwards with my other Krosmaster somehow. Because the range of Tio and Duke is way too high, such that I cannot really run away with my Duke Rex. And so I decided to go very aggressive, such that he maybe will not do that. And he did not do that. He instead, because my core was on the shop and he could not shop, he could have shopped if he would have ported or something like that. He attacked my core instead. And he could also attack my Ayan, but he decided to go for the core, and he drained my core and attacked my core with Tio first, and then finished my core off with Duke Rex with 2 attacks, and the third attack went to Ayan, and he dealt only 2 damage, I think, and then he couldn't even kill my Ayan with Kevin and Lu. So the turn after, it was pretty hard for him because he had only 5 health left, and I had my Ayan alive, and I could easily kill his Duke Rex with all my Krosmasters. So I could throw Puchan, I think, and then attack with my Black Crow and 5 damages. Not that hard. I think I got the Pyro buff in the first turn, so that's why I did 7 damage, and then afterwards I got an Aqua buff or something, I'm not sure. So this was the 4th round. This was pretty interesting. Maybe I think he probably could have made some decisions otherwise, and then if he killed my Black Crow, it would be way harder for me. So let's make my setup backwards again and remove this. Now I was 3-0-1, and at that point the judge decided, I think after the second round, that we will only play for 6 rounds and with a cut to top 32. After this one I will also talk about the tournament format, such that you understand how it works. So then I played against Mercator, Thremi, Lu, Ferris and Daikiri again, and this match was really nearly the same like the other Mercator match. I have nearly the same notes. I again killed Lu in the second turn, and then I was able to, instead of healing my Ayan with big health items or that he stays alive, I managed to put my Ferris on Mercator in the second turn, such that he had to attack my Ferris, and he also didn't buy a buff or something, and my Ferris survived after that. And if a Ferris survives 1 turn against the Mercator, if he's standing near Mercator, it's pretty hard to come back. Because the turn after, again, I killed Thremi, and also was able to again put Ferris onto Mercator, and he was way too far behind at that point, and he couldn't really win after that. So after turn after, I also could kill Mercator actually. So the game was over pretty fast. So this was the 5th game. I was 4-0-1 then, and the last game I decided to draw, because I was in for sure, because 4 wins are easily enough for day 2, and the place you were afterwards didn't really matter. So we decided to draw, but because we have the feature match, we wanted to play the game just for fun and show the people some Krosmaster action. And he played Gain, Core, Jowl, Fernsocken, Myclock and Ferris. I don't really like playing against Gain, and this match was pretty interesting because I'm most of the time not really sure how to play against Gain, especially if he's pretty aggressive and positions himself very aggressively, and I'm not able to put Ferris on his gain or something like that. So I'm not sure, wait a second, if I started this game. I haven't written it down. I haven't counted out the initiative. 5, 12, 6, 5, 16, 28, 20, 30. I think he started the game, if I'm not mistaken. And he somehow did set up himself over here like that with his core. Let me see my notes. Where is this Fern? He had a more lower. In my notes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, yeah. This team is missing a Moloa. Yeah. Yeah, 6 level 1s. Okay. So he's kind of set up like that, like this. And the core was over here, and the gain was at some point over here, so pretty far away, I think. Or maybe over here. It was, I don't know which turn it was, but this is the turn where the action started, kind of. I think Jowl stood over here. And I don't know where these both stood. But what I decided to do over here is I killed the Jowl with a Yarn and Core, I think. And then I went very aggressively with my Black Crow with Aqua buff. I decided that his gain, he had no items yet. He had could only walk 5 spaces, so he could walk over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my Black Crow were something like that, or 5, 6, 7. No, I think over here. Core probably over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then my Black Crow started the turn over here. I could buy her the Aqua buff, and I decided I wanted to do something in this game. I wanted to reach something and maybe do some damage. But I didn't want to go in range to gain. So here I decided to take a very aggressive route. I bought the Aqua buff for Black Crow and went over here 4 spaces and I take both these Krosmasters with Aqua buff and critical strike. But I got pretty unlucky on the critical strike rolls and the armor piercing, such that I only dealt 4 damage to both of them and none of them died. It was pretty harsh. And then I could walk over here. The problem, because none of them died, was that his damage output could now be enough to kill me. And the turn after, he also walked with gain over here, bought the Stasis Crystal, and then I thought, oh no, gain with Stasis Crystal, what can I do? It will be pretty hard. And he gave the Stasis Crystal to Coagulary, which was pretty interesting in my opinion, and walked over here, but forgot to use his 1 AP attack. And then he walked over here to my Black Crow, and my Black Crow had 1 damage already. Because of the push from Cannibal Jarf, I was unlucky there. And so he critted with his critical strike and Stasis Crystal for 6 damage, and now I had 6, 7, 3 life left. And he think Ferris was too far away. And then now he had 3 attacks left on my Black Crow, and he managed to kill my Black Crow, and I lost the game there. So because my Black Crow died, and the damage output, because I wasn't able to kill both of them or even one of them, was high enough that I died over here with my Black Crow, and I lost this game. But before that I did the intentional draw, so I was 4-0-2 and finished the first day of the tournament in the first place. So this was very good. So now I will talk about the tournament and how it was played out. The first day it was a cut of to 32 players, and the top 32 played in the second day and started in the groups of 8, which were like randomly distributed, not really randomly, but it's not very important how. And in the group of 8 you're playing 3 rounds where you're playing a level 3 team. Only level 3 Krosmasters are allowed, and also only 2 rares are allowed. So you need to play 2 commons. And about day 2 I will talk about the next video. So I will close this out here, I think. I hope you enjoyed the review of the first day of the National Championship 2015. I will come up with the second day later on, and stay tuned for that one, and also the end video where I will talk about the tournament in general. I also wanted to tell you that I have a new Facebook like page. You can check it out at facebook.com/Riker/. Like it if you like my videos, and as usual you can subscribe to my channel. Bye, see you next time.